Happy Friday. I hope you are well. It's a bright Friday morning here in Nairobi. My name is Sammy. If you're new here, we have been talking about transition. And today I just want to share my own transition from my previous job or role to now coaching. And my transition happened or started in 2015. I think that's 10 years ago. I'm just sharing you this is what you need to do. So it's not an SI unit, but just my story. So in 2015, I started feeling a need to gravitate towards leadership development. That field. I was in a pastor in a mega church here in Nairobi, and I felt a need to transition and do leadership. And since it was a new field, I was doing leadership studies in my PhD, which I dropped out. That's a story for another day. And I think my gifting is in leadership. I need to do more of this. So I transitioned in 2015, and my transition happened when I was doing my dissertation, researching on leadership models, what's the best model, and I found this model of leadership, and it was a 360 tool called the Leadership Circle Profile. So I got very intrigued, got certified or trained into it, and the idea for me to getting trained is to know the theory behind the model so that I can write my dissertation. I finished my PhD. So that was the intention. So I went to South Africa, got certified. By while I was there, I felt a need of, maybe this is my path. My path is to develop leaders from the inside out. Of course, using this tool. So I started my business then. So we came up with a business name, but I needed to start that business here in Nairobi because it was just in South Africa. So look to my LinkedIn, who are the owners of Leadership Circle, send them a message on LinkedIn, started the conversation, and then I realized I needed to make some sacrifices. And one of the sacrifices was to go to the next level of the training, just for me to understand this tool more, but also to connect with the founders, the CEO, and pitch my business to them. Totally step of faith. And the cost for the training, 3-day training, back then, 10 years, it was $5,000. Back then, I think a dollar was 100, I think 100 shillings. So that is 500,000 Kenya shillings. Big, I've never seen 500,000. It was a huge amount of money. And a step of faith, I was deeply convinced this is what I need to do. I did not have the money. The plane going up. I did not have the money. So what I did, I looked for money, borrowed money from my friends, family, and told them I will refund the money, but I did not know how to refund that money. So they gave me the money by faith. I'm sure they knew I'm not returning this money. So I borrowed some money here, a few thousands here, and then collected it. But then what I did is, because as you know, for those who are here in Nairobi, getting a US visa is hard. So I told the organizers for this certification that I have the money. Can I pay you half? And then you send me invitation letter. I use that letter to go to the embassy. If I get the visa, well and good, I'll come. If I don't get the visa, then you return the money. So they agreed. So I went for the visa interview. I'd been denied a visa before, so I was not confident if I'll get or not. But anyway, I said, let me try. What's the worst thing that can happen? Just say no, and I'll go back to my dream will be killed. And they said yes. And I paid the rest of the money, traveled, did the certification, pitched my idea. My idea was bought, and I started the business in this part of the world. And that's how I started transitioning from what I was doing. It was a big risk because, first of all, I needed money, which I didn't have, to go for that training. The other risk is I abandoned my PhD. I said, I don't want to do the PhD now. Let me focus on this business. I abandoned, or rather, I was transitioning from my career psychologically. I was gravitated towards leadership and coaching specifically. And it was new 10 years ago. So that's what happened. And something interesting happened, which I will share with you in the next video, because I was able to pay back the $5,000 that I borrowed, and I paid it back within a month. So stay tuned. I will share that next week. It was not because I'm rich, or it was just God's favor and an act of faith, which is very key as you transition. I know there is a lot of anxieties. How will I meet my bills? I'm getting into the known world to the unknown. It's safer to stay where you are, because you know the paycheck will come, you know the system. Going to a known field, either retiring or changing a job, starting a business, there's a form of faith you need. And these are two kinds of faith. Let me say three kinds of faith. Faith in yourself, which is confidence, basically, that I can do this. You need a level of confidence that even if I don't know, I can learn the skill. You also need faith in God, that God will open doors, favor will be upon you. And then you need faith in others, that things will work out and they will favor you. So faith is very key, even as you transition. And I wish you all the best as you transition, for those who are transitioning or thinking about transitioning maybe in the next 2-3 years. But that's how my transition happened 10 years ago. Actually, 10 years ago in November, I started having an urge of, I need to focus on leadership. I didn't know what specifically leadership, but it led me to leadership coaching, executive coaching, the field I'm in right now. That was 10 years ago. Looks like just the other day. But that urge came from, of course, I was doing my PhD, my dissertation. I was reading about leadership. I just felt a gravitation towards this field. So I don't know what is triggering you to transition. Clearly for me, I wanted to develop leaders, and my scope of work to grow just from a local church to outside the church. But I'm still volunteering in the church, although not paid, just as a volunteer. So I will share with you next week why, or rather, I was able to pay the $5,000 back, because I paid it back. I paid it back within a month. I'll tell you what happened. You'll be surprised. Anyway, you have a blessed week. Take care, bye-bye, and God bless.